Ich übersetze heute.
Okay, hello, namaste. So once again we are here with another topic in Ayurveda.
Wir sind heute wieder hier zu einem neuen Thema, zum Thema Ayurveda.
Okay, and today's topic is regarding the vegan nutrition in Ayurveda. So how we can have the healthy food with the vegan Ayurvedic items.
Und heute geht es um die vegane Versorgung mit Nährstoffen, also wie wir das Essen auf vegane Weise gut gestalten können.
Yeah, because many people they ask me, okay, that we are eating vegan and with the Ayurvedic, but then because of that we lose a lot of weight, and how to control our body weight. Can this vegan Ayurvedic food can give us also good nutrition?
Viele Menschen fragen mich, wie man vegan ausgewogen essen kann, weil viele Menschen Gewicht verlieren, wenn sie sich vegan ernähren. Und darum geht es heute so ein bisschen, wie man ausgewogen sich ernähren kann, um kein Gewicht zu verlieren.
Okay, so what we have to understand that the basic concept of nutrition in Ayurveda, together with vegan Ayurveda, it goes both based on the body type of a person. It's not based on this kind of calorie with the protein, carbohydrate, fats. It's most likely based on what is our body type. That is the first principle.
Das Wichtigste bei der veganen Ernährung ist herauszufinden, welche Körperkonstitution man hat. Also es geht nicht darum, um wie viel Fett oder Carbonhydrate oder ähnliches man auf sich nehmen soll, sondern primär welchen physiologischen Körpertyp man hat.
Yeah. And one thing I just forget, those people who just log in there, if you have any questions, you can ask me question in the link in the chat at last. Okay? And those people who are sitting here also, you can ask me question at last.
Wer Fragen stellen möchte, kann das gerne in dem Chat via Computer machen. Die Fragen werden dann am Ende des Vortrags beantwortet. Dasselbe gilt für die Anwesenden hier.
Okay, so we were like the nutrition, concept of nutrition, vegan nutrition in Ayurveda is depend upon the body type, and as we know that we have three kinds of body, we say dominant body type, either with the Vata dominant, Pitta dominant and Kapha dominant. So for each person the kind of energy level is different. For Vata is different, Pitta is different, Kapha is different. So we can't say that every person need a same kind of nutritional status. Okay, it's different for all the three people.
Im Ayurveda gibt es 3 Konstitutionstypen, Vata, Kapha und Pitta. Und darum geht es erstmal herauszufinden, welche Konstitutionstyp man ist, und darauf abgestimmt kann man dann die vegane Ernährung auch ausrichten.
Yeah, and second principle about it, the taste, because for the different body types like Vata, Pitta and Kapha, we have different tastes which they should eat as a dominant. For example, for the Vata person, they can have more like sweet, sour and salsas. But for the same thing, cannot be for the Kapha person, you know. So, and similarly for the Pitta person of a different taste. So the concept of the vegan nutrition in Ayurveda is based on the tastes also. First thing was the body type, and second thing is what is the taste, what kind of taste a person with different body type should take in their food.
Das erste Wichtige ist zu bestimmen, welchen Körperkonstitutionstyp man hat, und das zweite dann, welchen Geschmack dieser Konstitutionstyp hat. Bei Kapha zum Beispiel ist es süß, sauer und bitter, und darauf sollte man Rücksicht nehmen, das auch beachten.
Yeah, for the Vata it's a sweet, sour and salsic. They are good for the Vata, but they are not good for the Kapha person.
Für Vata ist süß,
Sweet,
sauer und salzig wichtig, das ist aber nicht gut für die Kapha-Personen.
You know, so that is just one example. Similarly, so that was the second thing. First was body type, second was this. And the third point, which is very important, is based on the vegan nutrition with the Ayurveda different items, is like what are the criterias, what are the categories or classification of food in Ayurveda.
Das dritte Wichtige bei der veganen Ernährung ist die Klassifizierung des Essens, der Nahrung.
Okay, so there are many classification by the Charak Samhita, by the Charaka, and the Shusha Samhita, Shushuta, and then Astanga Vagbhata. So these are the three main authors, or you can say main literally books in Ayurveda, where there is a different classification of the foods is given or written.
Die gerade genannten Bücher sind die Grundlagen der ayurvedischen Ernährung. Ja.
Yeah, in Charaka, in Shushruta and Vagbhata. And I will just quote mainly with the Charaka, and then I will bring the conclusion or the summary of all the three together. So for Charaka, he has he classified the food into 12 categories. Okay?
Im Charaka wird das Essen in 12 Kategorien unterteilt.
Yeah, and those 12 categories, for example, start from the Shug Dhanya. These are Sanskrit. There is no different words for that. For example, the Shug Dhanya, Shami Dhanya, like Kudhanya, Kritanna Varga. So, and there are some animal products are also mentioned over there, you know. So, but this is not like that. But that is animal products is just one category of that. It is not everything. Okay.
Es gibt unterschiedliche Kategorien, die Namen sind auf Sanskrit genauso, also dafür gibt es keine Übersetzung. Von diesen 12 Kategorien gibt es auch einen Teil, der auch auf tierische Produkte eingeht. Das ist allerdings nur ein Teil davon.
Yeah, so we can select from that. It's not like that some person asks me, okay, we are not taking any animal products, we are not taking any maybe animal meat or the ghee or any other things. How we can get the nutrition, how we can get the vitamins, other things. You can get everything if you just look at these categories in detail, because there are many things are there, you know, many. If you just go through one category, just for example, Shuk Dhanya. So the meaning of Shuk Dhanya is like a kind of varieties of rice. So in Ayurveda itself mentioned there are many varieties of rice. And different varieties of rice, they have a different kind of nutrition value.
Das
Shugdhanya
zum Beispiel ist eine Kategorie von Reis und es gibt ganz viele unterschiedliche Kategorien von Reis, die unterschiedliche Nährwerte auch haben. Deswegen Menschen, die zu ihm kommen und ihn fragen, ja, ich kann keinen Ghee zu mir nehmen oder ähnliche Tierprodukte, können da durchaus ausweichen auf einen der anderen 12 Aspekte.
Okay, so I will talk about some of the main categories. So number one, as we already discussed, that is Shugdhanya, that is a little bit different kind of rice. Okay, so among the rice is mentioned the Rakta Shali. So Rakta means like a red, rot. Shali means like it's a variety of the rice which get ripen during the months of the autumn. Okay, just like now in the harvest. Okay, so the rice which gets ripened during this month, that is the best, and that is a red quality. So red quality, based on that, say red quality basmati. Yeah, here you can say a kind of reddish basmati. That is the number one quality. So if you have to eat in the food, you have to select what kind of food I can eat daily. So I would suggest you, instead of the white rice, just go for the red basmati rice. That is number one in Ayurveda, which you can eat daily. So you do not need to eat too much, you can eat less, still you get enough calorie, enough nutrition. That is number one.
Nummer 1 wäre Reis, da gibt es den roten Basmati-Reis, der um die Herbstzeit geerntet wird. Der hat sehr gute Nährwerte und kann somit jeden Tag auch zu sich genommen werden.
Yeah, and the second one is that is a Shastik Shali. Shastik Shali is also another variety of the rice. This is white in nature, and that ripens in the winter time. So it is mentioned like Shastik means 60, so which ripens in the winter time, in the winter. So when the harvest finish, winter comes and winter is going to finish, at that time the kind of rice which is ripened, that is a Shastik Shali. That is white in nature, white in color. So that rice is second in the list of this Shali or Shugdhanya, or the rice varieties.
Der zweite Reis wäre der, what was the name again?
That is a Shastik.
Shastik Rice, der wird im Winter geerntet und der wäre an Punkt 2 der Liste mit den Nährwerten.
Okay, so this is just like one example, but then what kind of rice we should not eat? We should also know like what kind of rice, because people ask, okay, it's easy to go for the vegan nutrition, but you also, if you want to have really proper nutrition, then you should know what kind of rice I should take, what kind of wheat I can eat, you know, just for the rice also. Simple concept is any rice which is cleaverish, you should not eat. Just for example, we here in Deutschland, people eat a lot of milk rice. So milk rice, not a rice for the daily use. Maybe sometime if you are eating, that is exception. But milk rice is not a rice for daily eating. Any other variety of rice which is more claverish, which is more sticky, that is not a rice for daily eating.
Reis, der zu sehr aneinander klebt, ist nicht geeignet für den täglichen Bedarf, wie zum Beispiel Milchreis. Das sollte man nicht täglich essen.
Yeah, so this is the very important point, like what kind of rice we should not eat. Similarly, when it comes to the wheat also, it is mentioned in Ayurveda itself, that is, it also comes in a category of shuk dhanya. It is with that variety, but it has comes you can say in the lower category, means, and we also know that many people already get many kind of this kind of intolerance, we say, with this gluten intolerance. So maybe that is reason at that time there was no investigative tools to find out whether there is a gluten intolerance, but it is already mentioned that the wheat is in the lower category in this categories of the food in Charaka. So if you want to eat it, you take this also as a vegan, you can eat it but less. It means those people who are eating a lot of Weizen bread, they should not eat a lot of Weizen plain wheat bread. That is not a good nutrition for them. Maybe it is making some kind of inflammation. These days we find with the scientific researches also.
Man sollte möglichst Weizen auch weniger essen. Das ist auch eine niedere Kategorie dieser Nährstoffe auf der Nährstoffliste, da viele Leute auch schon glutenintolerant haben und da eventuell auch Entzündungen vorherrschen. Deswegen sollte man möglichst auf Weißbrot verzichten.
Yeah, and then second one comes the shami. Shami dhanya is also a category. Shami, you can say that is with the pulses, because today we are talking about where to get the nutrition. Okay, vegan nutrition we are talking. So when it comes to the shami dhanya, and I'm talking main points. Okay, so when it comes to shami dhanya, then shami means like different kinds of pulses or dals from where we get the protein. Okay.
Die dritte Kategorie ist Shamin. Pulses is,
yeah.
What is pulses?
Not spices, pulses.
Pulses?
Pulse means just like the different kinds, so you can see the beans, lentils.
Dazu gehören dann Bohnen und Erbsen und solche Sachen.
Yeah, so when we say that the bohnen, there are different kinds of bohnen, like mung beans, like green mung beans, like the red beans,
Mungo bean.
Yeah, red beans, and then there's kidney beans, okay, and then this rote Linsen, yeah.
Dann gibt es noch die Kidneybohnen, die rote Linsen, solche Sachen.
Yes, so and then the white bean, this one, white bean also, and then this is gram, whole gram, if you know the gram beans. Gram beans like Kichererbsen.
Kichererbsen.
Yeah, Kichererbsen, and also then there are this one black beans. The black beans in Ayurveda we say urad or mas. So there is a black beans, okay?
Schwarzbohnen.
Yeah, Schwarzbohnen, and these Schwarzbohnen, they are quite heavy. So very heavy and little bit claverish. So but it is a very good source of for the energy. This black beans, okay?
Schwarze Bohnen sind sehr gut für die Energiezufuhr, auch wenn sie ein bisschen klebriger sind, aber sehr gut für Energiezufuhr.
Yeah, so when you have to do something very strong work, hard work, so more stamina, so you should eat the black beans.
Wenn man viel Kraft braucht und Ausdauer, dann sind schwarze Bohnen sehr gut.
Aber when you are not doing anything special, but you want to keep a beans which is you can eat daily, and you are in a dieting, you want to lose weight, then green beans. You can eat the green beans and you can eat the red beans for that purpose, like red linsen, I would say rote linsen. So when you are in a diet mode, like you want to keep, you are very happy with your body and you want to keep it, then green beans and rote linsen, red beans, or rote linsen, they are for you. Not the black one, because black one, you will gain weight if you are not doing hard exercises.
Schwarze Bohnen, dadurch wird man eher Gewicht zunehmen, wenn man nicht sehr viel arbeitet, also sehr viel Kraft aufwendet in seinem täglichen Leben. Deswegen sind rote und grüne Bohnen besser dafür geeignet, um das Körpergewicht zu halten, und die kann man dann auch täglich essen.
Yeah, so if some person asks me like how to gain weight with this vegan, so if that person is listening now, this is a very good like black beans you should eat. because black beans, the meaning of black beans in Sanskrit is mas. Mas means muscle. Okay, in Ayurveda the mas means muscle. So when you eat this black beans, you generate muscles. But you have to also exercise, yeah, together with that.
Wenn jemand fragt, wie er Gewicht zunehmen kann, dann würde er schwarze Bohnen empfehlen auf jeden Fall. Die sind sehr gut, um halt Gewicht zuzulegen.
Okay, and this mung beans also actually, mung beans and this gram, this kisharepsin, yeah? You can use it different forms. Like when a person who is more like is a runner, like marathon runner or a sports person, you can make a very healthy salad with that actually. You can make this, you can just sprout them, these green beans and this kisharepsin. They are very good in sprouting and they goes very good. When you eat in sprouted form, you get more protein. So don't worry about the protein, because this kisharepsin and the mung beans, they have equal amount or a little bit more amount of protein than of the meat, which you can get with the same amount. Only thing is you have to work out and it takes a little bit more time to chew it. So you have to work out, you have to make them sprouted and you have to chew it. So, and it takes a little bit time and it takes a little bit of discipline. And I think in Deutschland mentioned they are very disciplined. So if you want to be vegan nutrition, you can have this. A little bit work, but it's good.
Kichererbsen und Mungobohnen sind besonders gut für die Nährstoffzufuhr, besonders für Proteine sind sie fast noch nährstoffreicher als Fleisch. Und also man darf sie dann zu Sprossen werden lassen und dafür braucht man natürlich ein bisschen Geduld, allerdings und Disziplin. Die Deutschen sind aber sehr diszipliniert, deswegen ist das eine gute Sache für Veganer, um da ihre Proteinzufuhr zu führen.
Yeah, and similarly it goes with the peas also, like erbsen. So erbsen is also in the raw form, it gives you a good amount of protein, but you can cook also. But when you cook it, actually after 60 degrees or 70, 80 degrees, the protein, it actually changes its form. It is not like completely destroyed, but it changes its form. You can still get the amount of protein, maybe the amount a little bit less, because anyway, whatever you take the protein in the body, it has to be break down again, you know. It breaks down in our stomach with this with the acid. So, but of course, this is different. The difference happens when you cook at high temperature. So whenever you cook any beans, always the heat should be low or medium, not so high. If you cook with a very high temperature, the nutrition of the food almost is getting less and lesser. Remember, never cook in hurry. Never cook it so heat. Otherwise, if you have very good amount of food, if you are cooking very high, very quickly, the nutrition is always going to be lower. Nutrition comes when you cook things with a low heat or medium heat, slowly, not in hurry.
Erbsen und Bohnen sollten immer sehr langsam gekocht werden. Bei 70, 80 Grad verändert sich die Zusammensetzung und der Nährstoffgehalt verändert sich. Und deswegen sollte man da immer sich sehr viel Zeit lassen und die auf niedriger, mittlerer Temperatur kochen und sich wirklich Zeit dafür nehmen.
Okay, so these are the samidhanya varieties. And the third one comes the harit. So harit means like, as in Germany you eat the salad. So harit is like those things which you eat in a raw form. Okay, so in Ayurveda also there is a classification known as a harit, where you can have the harit means like green, so which you can eat directly in the green form.
Dritte Form ist das Harit. Harit heißt grün. Dazu gehören dann Salate, so Rohkost, also Rohkost. Genau.
Yeah, so you can have many things actually which you can eat directly in the raw form. And just for example, radish is one of them. Radish can be eaten both the way. Either you can eat the leaves of the radish, which are also very good. And radish actually in Ayurveda is mentioned as a liver detoxifying the vegetable. Okay, so even though it is come under this Genieße category and it is liver detoxifying, many people who have who took a lot of alcohol or other things which makes their liver like a lot of toxins, they should eat a lot of radish. You know, radish is liver detoxifying, and the soup out of this radish leaves is also liver detoxifying. So you can eat in both the form actually. You can make the soup, or you can have just like raw form also, you can eat them.
Zu dieser dritten Kategorie gehört zum Beispiel auch Rettich. Rettich ist sehr gut, weil es leberentgiftend ist, was halt besonders sehr gut für Leute ist, die vielleicht viel getrunken haben. Dann kann man auch die Blätter vom Rettich nehmen und die kochen, daraus eine Suppe machen zum Beispiel. Und ja, sehr entgiftend.
Yeah, so when we talk about the harit, so like the radish, like the beetroot, like the carrotan, different varieties which you can eat directly. So you do not need to even cook. Okay, sometimes we cook, but you don't need to cook. You can eat them in the raw form. And of course, here in Deutschland, people are eating the salad, lettuce leaf. You can eat that, no problem.
Dazu gehört auch Möhren und rote Beete. Man kann es kochen oder einfach roh essen und ja, Salat, das ja, ist gut.
Yeah, so this is about like, and some other things, for example, which can be also eaten raw, like ginger, ingwa. I just forget, ingwa is very important. You do not need to actually cook ingwa. You can eat ingwa raw form. And actually sometimes like person to person, if a person is vata, I would not suggest that person to eat a lot of raw course. So, but if that person wants to eat his salad, then I would say, okay, maybe some ingwa shaft, or maybe some cut, chop your ingwa very fine and then put your ingwa over, salad, So it will make this, the raw cost not to be cool to the body. Otherwise, for the vata person already cool, the trokan, so if that person eats a lot of these cool things, like the salad, raw cost, which is cooler for them, it's not good. It will increase the vata in the body, which is not good for the vata person. So he can have the pain in the joints, in the different body parts, and more dryness in the body. So you have to just complement, you have to complement your raw cost with that kind of stuff, those kinds of things mixing together. So mixture is very important. What kind of mixture you are making for getting the nutrition from that food or the whole benefit from that food.
Ingwer gehört auch zu dieser Nahrungskategorie. Da ist es besonders für Vata-Personen geeignet, da durch die Rohkost der Vata-Typ noch eher dazu neigt auszukühlen. Das heißt, wenn er Ingwer dazu fügt, kommt wieder ein bisschen Hitze rein und somit wird es dann ausgeglichen. Deswegen muss man halt auch immer schauen, was zu dem jeweiligen Konstitutionstypen passt.
Yeah, and again, the next one is Shakvarga. Shakvarga is like some things from, as I already said, like you can use the leaves or the radish, because shak means like vegetables. So it's like clearly vegetables. So clearly vegetable means like the different kinds of green vegetables which you cook. Just for example, we cook like with the spinach, that is one example, or there's maybe the changeri or any other green vegetable like the koal which you cook, like vice koal, broccoli, or China koal, rote koal. So whatever you make, so different kind of genieße. When we say the shark work, so all the genieße comes over there. So genieße also gives us different kind of, you can say, it gives different nutritions. In Ayurveda we say they are based on the vata, pitta and kapha. I will not go in more detail about that, but you can change the quality of the genieße also according to the different, how you use the different spices in it.
Man kann die Qualität des unterschiedlichen Gemüse, das man kocht oder so zu sich nimmt, durch Gewürze noch abändern und ja, wieder nach Konstitutionstyp ist das unterschiedlich, welches Gemüse für wen empfehlenswert ist.
Yeah, and next category is regarding with the phal varga. Phal means like fruits. So like fruits, we know that you can use different fruits also. There are a lot of fruits and which have good calorie also, good energy. For example, if a person is vata, body type is very veiny and wants to gain some weight, something, then what you should eat? For that person, I can suggest you the figs, rosenin and the daten. Figs, rosenin and daten. That is a good source of energy and protein for a person who wants to go more active exercises, more energy, who needs.
Für eine Vata-Person, die nächste Kategorie wären Früchte. Für eine Vata-Person zum Beispiel wären Feigen, Datteln und Rosinen sehr gut geeignet, weil es eine sehr gute Quelle für Energie ist.
Yeah, so there are many fruits are there, actually many offs which you can use based on different people. Just for example, if you want to have more Reinigung, then you can use more lemon in your food, lemon and oranges in your food,
Es gibt sehr viele unterschiedliche Kategorien und Auswirkungen der einzelnen Früchte. Wenn man zum Beispiel mehr Reinigung möchte, dann ist Limone bzw. Zitrone sehr zu empfehlen.
And there are fruits which are good for all the three dosha. We say which are good for all for vata, for the pitta and for kapha. Just for example, we say pomegranate, granate apple. That is good for vata, pitta and kapha, all the three.
Dann gibt es auch noch Früchte, die für alle drei Konstitutionstypen gut sind, wie zum Beispiel Granatapfel ist für Vata, Pitta und Kapha für alle drei gleich sehr gut.
And similarly, for example, mango can be eaten. Mango is much better for the pitta and vata in coming to the kapha. So for the kapha person, maybe sometime here in Deutschland it's difficult because in India last 3 months was a season of mangoes, but here hardly I can find some good quality mango. Only if I eat one mango, I'm not still satisfied. In India, you can one time eat 1 kilo mangoes, and it's a good, different varieties are there. But anyway, the pitta person, they can go for more mango, pitta and then vata. Kapha person, they should eat vinegar. So that is the concept of like what kind of vegan nutrition. And I hope you understand the concept because I wanted to give the concept about the vegan Ayurvedic nutrition, okay?
Pitta und Vata, sie können sehr gut auch zum Beispiel Mango essen. Bei Kapha ist das eher weniger der Fall. Natürlich ist es hier in Deutschland ein bisschen komplizierter mit den Mangos als in Indien. In Indien kriegt man halt einfach mal 1 Kilo Mangos sehr gut, zu sehr guten Reifungsgrad auch. Und ja, da muss man dann halt natürlich ein bisschen schauen nach dem Angebot.
Yeah, so there are many food varieties and then next fruits and next comes the oil work, tail work. In Ayurveda, charka is a tail work. So tail work means like oil, So what kind of oil a person is using for cooking? For example, the vata person, they can go for simple sesame oil. A pitta person, they can go for a simple of coconut oil. And a kapha person, they can cook in their mustard oil, senfo oil. That is one simple example. We have many categories for just simple example what kind of oil a person can use. Or a oil which is good for all the three, I can say that is a lean salmon oil. The linen oil or lean salmon oil is very good. Ayurveda is mentioned is one of the good category of the oil.
Die nächste Kategorie wäre dann das Öl. Für die Konstitutionstypen für Vata empfiehlt sich eher Sesamöl, für Pitta Kokosöl, für Kapha
Mustard or Senföl.
Senföl und ganz generell ist Leinsamenöl sehr gut für alle drei Konstitutionstypen.
Yeah, so that is tail work, like oil. So how we are using our oil, that also matters for different people. And similarly, Madhya Varga. Madhya Varga is the meaning of Madhya is like different kinds of preparation with the grapes. I will not say it's like just like the alcohol preparation. Of course, when you make the fermentation, because in Ayurveda also there are many fermentation preparations are mentioned in Ayurveda, but there are different categories are there. So these are also mentioned, and if you prepare good, it can have also its therapeutic value. So these are like the fermentation preparation, okay, fermentation preparation in Ayurveda.
Dann ist auch noch sehr wichtig das Thema Fermentation. Es gibt sehr viele unterschiedliche Arten von Fermentation, die auch therapeutisch eingesetzt werden können. Das gilt auch für Trauben zum Beispiel. Da gibt es unterschiedliche Reifegrade und Prozesse, die man da eingehen kann.
Okay, and then there are many, the Kritanna Varga. Kritanna Varga is like where we are preparing the food according to the different persons in different situation. For example, sometimes even though we eat healthy, but we go to a party, we eat something and then maybe pizza, pasta too much, or we eat too much because we like the food, and next day morning we have diarrhea. Then during that time we can't eat normal food. So the Kritanna Varga is like what kind of food a person can have, what is the nutrition for that time. It is also a category which is mentioned in Charak Samhita. Means like that time that person can eat more like the yusha. Yusha is like a like you can say some kind of gruel with the rice, or either gruel with that of beans, So these are these are many categories are there, but these are for the special situation. When we are in a special situation, means sometimes maybe a person who normally is okay, but sometimes drinks a lot, and afterwards, what happens? Maybe a lot of acidity, gastritis. Then what kind of food a person should eat?
Interessant ist dann auch noch zu wissen, dass auch zu den unterschiedlichen Tageszeiten es also unterschiedlich sein kann, was gut für eine Person ist zu essen. Das heißt, wenn man zum Beispiel dann mal irgendwie abends auf eine Party geht und Pizza isst und zu viel Pasta oder sowas ähnliches, am nächsten Tag Durchfall hat, dann ist es halt auch ganz gut mal zu erfahren, was denn der entsprechenden Person dazu helfen würde, das wieder ins Gleichgewicht zu bringen.
Yeah, and then another category is also mentioned, that is the Ishwarga. Ishwarga is like the different kind of preparation which are made with the sugar cane. Okay, So sugarcane means like, because that is also a vegan. Sugarcane means like we make sugarcane. I hope you understand. This is a plant, but big plant, and we make the sugar out of it. But sugar is one thing of that, because sugar is made with the big factories with some chemicals used there. But the raw form of that sugarcane, that is a jaggery, which I say that is a jaggery is a better. It's more like organic and bio and good source of energy, because when you eat the sugar, it's like bombardment of sugar in your body very quickly when you eat the white sugar. But when you eat the jaggery, it releases the glucose or sucrose very slowly. So you eat a little bit, it comes more like the hard, you can say like hard, it's like in this form, this jaggery. You eat little bit, it goes in your body, and it's like slowly. So the sugar releases very slowly. So those persons who eat regularly more jaggery, they are not going to prone to have the diabetes in normally. But those persons who eat like more like the white sugar and their lifestyle is not good, more like sedentary, they are more prone to have more like lifestyle disorders like diabetes, like hypertension.
Dann gibt es noch Jaggery, das ist Zuckerrohr, das man sozusagen essen kann, was wesentlich sanfter den Zucker im Körper integriert und Glucose freisetzt und die Prozesse langsam in Gang setzt, wohingegen weißer Zucker, den man zu sich nimmt, den Körper sozusagen bombardiert mit Zucker und dadurch zu einem Ungleichgewicht und unter Umständen Diabetes und Inbalance führt.
Yeah, so whenever you go for like this kind of sugar cane, like we say, these are the sweeteners which you should use for your cooking. So when you use more this like a raw form of like the jaggery, it's a good, because it has also a lot of iron inside. You know, it gives you good nutrition, good source of nutrition. So instead of I don't know how you can make this for your like bakings, but if somebody is interested, maybe they should try to make the your cakes out of it, and I'm sure it will be more tasty and it will give you good nutrition same time.
Dieses Jaggery ist einfach wesentlich besser als der normale Zucker, schmeckt auch besser. Man kann auch zum Beispiel mal probieren, damit anzufangen zu backen und einfach mal schauen, wie sich das auswirkt auf den Geschmack und auf einen selber.
Yeah, so that is the one category, like the different varieties of sugars. And apart from there are some other varieties are also mentioned, which I will not talk because it's only about the vegan. In Ayurveda it is mentioned also, you can also use honey. So if you have a good quality of honey, because in Ayurveda different varieties of honeys are mentioned, and amongst all them Makshik is a good variety. So that is more like a natural, I will say. So which these days we talk here in yoga with like ahimsa honey, where it is when the honey bees are taken care of properly, and you can have this wild honey, we say wild here in Deutschland, so wild honey in natural form. So that is a good variety in Ayurveda which is mentioned, Makshik.
Dann gibt es auch noch ganz viele verschiedene unterschiedliche Kategorien von Honig, die im Ayurveda benutzt werden. Hier zum Beispiel haben wir den Ahimsa-Honig, der auf sehr ökologische Weise und schonend geerntet wird. Und dann gibt es auch noch wilden Honig und ja, es ist sehr gut.
Yeah, and the next category also not in detail, just a little mention like the milk, because as you know that milk products are also mentioned in Ayurveda, but depending upon when we talk about the vegan nutrition, then we don't talk about the animal milk, but we talk about like what are the other options we can have. For example, these days you can easily get the soya milk or the coconut milk, and they are still good source of energy. You can get enough nutrition if you eat according to your body type. Just for example, for Pitta person, you can have more like the coconut milk and the rice milk, and a person who is more like the Vata type, you can have more like a Hatha milk or almond milk, you know. And similarly, a person which is more like a Kapha, you can have the more lighter version. For you also like this Hatha and rice. So when you eat those vegan version of milk product also based on your body type, then it becomes your nutrition. But if you don't know about it and you eat everything roughly, then it doesn't give you the nutrition. That is actually the fundamental principle in Ayurveda for the nutrition.
Dann gibt es auch noch das Thema Milch, wobei hier von der Pflanzenmilch geredet wird. Pitta-Typen zum Beispiel können Kokos- und Reismilch.
Yes.
Vata,
Hafer and almond.
Hafer und Mandel. Und
Dinkelmilch
Dinkelmilch auch. Und
is a
Kapha,
Hafer and rice.
Hafer und Reis, die leichtere Version sozusagen. Das ist natürlich wichtig zu wissen, welcher Konstitutionstyp man ist, um dann eben auch die entsprechende Milch zu trinken, um daraus halt auch die entsprechenden Nährstoffe gewinnen zu können, weil es keinen Sinn macht, alles durcheinander zu trinken. Das verwirrt den Körper nur.
Yeah, and then another the category that is with the water, because we talk about the different food and we think only nutrition happens with that, and we don't know that nutrition also happens with the water. What variety of water? So Charaka clearly mentioned that the different varieties of water. I already talked in detail about the water in one of my lectures, online series. So there you can check, you can find more information about the water quality in Ayurveda. But water is also very important. How you are using water, whether you are drinking it before your food, how much amount you are drinking, either you are cooking it. The basic rule is cooking water always better. How much you are cooking. Simple water, if you don't have enough time, you can't make the water 2/3 or half. That is a different question. Then you can at least boil it for 10 minutes, simply, But always drink gekocht water. Always cook your water. Then the quality changes, more lighter, good for your digestion, for verdammt fire.
Dann ist das Thema Wasser auch noch sehr wichtig. Es gibt unterschiedliche Wasserqualitäten, worüber auch in anderen Online-Seminaren schon gesprochen worden ist, die ihr auch online finden könnt. Es ist immer sehr wichtig, dass man das Wasser idealerweise vorher kocht. Abhängig von den Typen ist dann halt unterschiedlich und auch von der Zeit, die man aufwendet, wie viel gekochtes Wasser man dann dazu fügt zu seinem normalen Wasser. Und ja.
Yeah. So I think as a whole, we can just summarize that when we talk about the vegan nutrition in Ayurveda, you can get the nutrition from different sources, either from these different categories, either it's a rice category or either it's a category from what kind of the beans you are getting, what variety of the fruits you are getting, what quality of the vegetables you keep for you, or the oils or the milk products or the honey if you want, like ahimsa honey, or different other preparations which are or the water quality. But what is important, you eat the nutrition from these different things based on your body type and based on like what kind of tastes are good for you. As I started from our talk in starting, I finished with that.
Ihr habt jetzt erfahren, dass man seine Ernährung sehr gut ausgleichen kann mit veganen Produkten wie Bohnen, spezielles Gemüse, unterschiedliche Reissorten, spezielles Obst, Milch, Wasser und all die Arten. Das Wichtigste ist einfach, dass man herausfindet, welcher Konstitutionstyp man ist, um daraufhin seine Ernährung auszurichten und das Beste für sich herauszuholen.
Okay, so now we are open for the questions. So if you have any questions, you can ask your question in chat in the link, and those persons you are sitting over here, you can also ask me question live. Anything with the vegan nutrition. So we are open for questions now.
Wir wären jetzt bereit noch für einige Fragen, wenn es noch Fragen gibt, gerne im Chat oder die Anwesenden.
Yes. Alles klar for everyone? You understand? Okay. So in the chat, is there any question from the air? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I hope you understand, and if you have any questions, you can write us question also later in the chat, and we will be happy to answer your questions in your link.
Ihr könnt gerne auch noch die Fragen später reinschreiben und dann beantworten wir die später.
Okay.
So the chat is going to be closed when we finish, then it's closed, so there will not be any questions.
Okay.
But
okay. Okay. So anyway, so next week again see you with another topic in Ayurveda. Since then, Namaste.
Nächste Woche um dieselbe Zeit gibt es dann das nächste Thema. Dankeschön, auf Wiederschauen.